It is no secret that Instagram carousel posts are what's really performing right now on that platform. And today I'm going to share with you my top 3 best practices for making those carousel posts perform the absolute best they can for you. Are you ready to dive in? I know I am. Episode 218 starts right now. Welcome to the Lora Shipman Show minicast, a special edition of my podcast where it's just you, me, my mic, your earphones, plus quick tips and hacks you can implement immediately to improve your life and your business. Are you ready to get started? I know I am. Let's dive in. Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back. I am so glad you are here with me today because, as you all know, today is my favorite day of the week. It's minicast day, and this is the day that I drop a ton of value on you, but you have a job to do at the end, and that job is to execute what you've learned here today. And today we're talking about carousel posts. Now, if you haven't heard about this, carousel posts are really making a huge bang on social media. They are one of those posts that really will get you a lot of engagement, a lot of reach, and a lot of attention, and here is why. One of the things that the Instagram algorithm measures is actually how long somebody decides to linger on your post. And there's 2 really good ways to get people to linger on your post. And number 1 is carousel posts, because people, all they need to do is sit there and flip through or slide through the different image cards that you have on that post. And the other one is video. In video, we'll save that one for another day because today we're talking primarily about carousel posts. Okay, so in true minicast style, we're just going to dive right into the goods, and I'm going to share with you what my top 3 best practices are. So the first one has to do with the number of carousel slides. I call them slides. Each graphic that you put up in the carousel post, I call them slides. I don't know if that's the technical term. It just makes sense to me. So anyways, you can use up to 10 slides in a carousel post. However, I think that's too many because it's overkill, right? When somebody, even though we know there are 10 slides you can use, when somebody's actually flipping through those slides, I think after the first 3 to 5 slides, they're thinking, okay, when is this going to end? I want to get to the end, and they might bail. And I believe that's the same thing with anything, like with a video. I think when people get into creating videos, the consumer has the same thing. Don't waste so much of my time. Just get to the goods. I want to know what it is. And that's why when I do my podcasts, I jump right in and get to the goods. That point being made, I think the optimum number of slides that you should have in a carousel post is 3 to 5. I think beyond 5, people get carousel post fatigue and the novelty wears off. But if you can send your message in 3 to 5 slides, you are doing well. You're satisfying your audience, you're satisfying the algorithm, and they are getting to the end of your message. Now that you know how many slides to create for your carousel post, the second thing is making that carousel post something of value, something that people are actually going to want to spend the time to view and to thumb through. And so there are a couple of different strategies that I use here that I think work really well and that actually merit people wanting to thumb through those slides. And the first one is teach somebody something. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know that every week I do a little mini training. And that mini training is a collection of slides teaching you how to do something better on social media. And again, sometimes it's 3 slides, sometimes it's 5 slides. I have gone up to 7. Very rarely do I ever go up to 10. So when you teach somebody something, slides are perfect because it's a step-by-step guide, right? So slide 1 is going to be, this is step 1. Slide 2 is going to be step 2. And that's how people process information the best, when it's given to them in these little micro units of information that they can actually digest. And one thing that I would caution you about when creating instructional slides is don't try and tell them absolutely everything. So I've seen this, and I've made this mistake myself, is I've gotten too wordy in the slides, and that just loses the impact, right? You want to keep your words or your text to a minimum, but you want to make them bold and impactful. So get right to the point. Don't try and over-explain. If you need to explain more, use that for the caption. But in the actual carousel slide, just make it big, bold, and to the point. The next type of content that works really well in a carousel are transformation posts. So if you can take your audience through a journey of how somebody has improved because they've used your product or service, and they can actually see the difference and see the results, the proof is in the pudding, right? People buy because of stories, because of transformations, because of results. And a carousel post is the perfect way to showcase a transformation. And then the next one, I really love this too, and I haven't done it yet. I'm trying to cook up some ideas for myself, but telling a story through a carousel post. Now, this is the one instance that I may suggest 10 slides would be a good thing to do. Because if you're really good at telling a short story, and again, we're not using a lot of words, maybe we're only using 1 or 2 sentences per slide, and you're able to deliver a captivating story that keeps people wanting to keep sliding through, then go ahead and use the 10 slides. But don't try and max out on those 10 slides every time. So if you can tell a story about you, your brand, your process, your customer journey, whatever that story is, however you tell a story, go ahead and test that out and see how it works. I've seen some really creative ways people are telling stories using carousel posts. And by the way, sometimes those stories, they're not words, they're actually pictures that build on top of each other. So see how you can get creative and start designing some stories that may not look like a typical story. My final best practice for carousel posts is doing this. Make sure that last image card that you create for your carousel post tells your audience to take action. That's really important. And the action you want them to take is to like, comment, share, and save the post for future reference. When you can get a post to perform in all 4 of those areas, that lights up that Instagram algorithm even more because it sends a signal to Instagram that your post is really important. It's valuable. People are finding all sorts of value in this post because they're taking time and effort to do these extra steps within the Instagram platform. So go ahead, take the time and remind your audience to do those 4 things for that post. Now, when you create this call to action slide, you can get really creative. You can use video and embed that in the slide, and it can be you talking to your audience, asking them to take action. Or it could be a selfie of you pointing to these 4 different things you want them to do. Or it could be something simple like a collection of clip art that says, do these 4 things. Anyways, just get creative with it. Have fun with your audience. Have fun with this type of post. It's truly an effective way to increase reach, captivate your audience, and really get them involved with what message you want to put out there. All right, my friends, you have a job to do. Your job is to take what you've learned here today and execute it. I'm going to give you some homework. And that homework is create a carousel post. Create your first carousel post if you haven't done one before and have fun with it. Add lots of value and watch what happens. All right, until next time, you know what to do. Stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, stay social. Hey, before you go, I have a question for you. Are you loving the show? Let me know about it. Take a screenshot of the episode you are listening to and drop it in your social media posts or stories. Or better yet, give this show a review on iTunes or your favorite podcast app, letting me know that you listened in. If you have a topic or a show idea, please don't be shy. I want to hear from you. Send me an email or a DM. I would love to hear your suggestions. All the links are in the show notes. Anyways, I just wanted to say thank you as always for tuning into the show today and every day you listen in.